Well, we've had the most significant healthcare reform in a generation that just passed that the President signed. And it was long overdue, because the current system was failing too many individuals. And while it's not a perfect bill, it does give us an opportunity to begin the great experimentation that has to take place in the healthcare system to determine what works and what doesn't work, and how can we deliver more quality and affordable healthcare to all Americans, which is the ultimate goal of this legislation. And so that now is just starting, and it's going to take a while to change certain things in our healthcare system. But if we didn't do it, we knew what the consequences of inaction would be. Higher costs for everyone, more uninsured, businesses large and small less able to compete or even offer healthcare coverage, and public budgets exploding with debt, because this is the fastest growing expense that we're facing in the country. I haven't had a chance to look at the state law that was passed. I've heard a little bit about it, and obviously this will be challenged in courts whether it's unconstitutionally too intrusive on the right of a woman to choose herself. But I think the larger point is that we need to figure out a way to bridge the gap when it comes to the discussion surrounding abortion or the choice issue, to determine what we can do to reduce the number of unwanted pregnancies to begin with. And that's through more comprehensive sex education opportunity, so that we can reduce the number of unwanted pregnancies and therefore the number of abortions in this country. Again, I think there's a lot of area of common ground there if honest people want to talk to each other to explore those options of what we can do to reduce the number of unwanted pregnancies to begin with. Yeah, there is a Fourth Amendment to the Constitution that protects people against unnecessary or unreasonable searches and seizures. And I don't believe that it's right to stop anyone for any reason just because of how they look. And that, I think, is what's going to be looked at with the Arizona law, is whether or not that is what they're requiring police officers to do now, is to stop people solely on appearance as opposed to anything that that individual might have done. And if that's the case, then it may be an overreach and therefore in violation of that Fourth Amendment. And I'm sure that that too is going to be challenged in court. But the larger point with that is that our country is long overdue with comprehensive immigration reform. The longer we delay in taking action, the more states are going to feel they have to take some type of action on their own because of a lack of a comprehensive reform that can be implemented. So I would hope that we'd find an ability in order to address this issue. Yes, we have to protect our border, security issues and that, but we also need to address the undocumented people that are in this country right now and figure out a good solution to that. Well, that's exactly what we're working on right now with major Wall Street reform that's pending in Congress. The House of Representatives, of which I'm a member, we passed that last year. I supported the measure. We have to have better oversight of these big Wall Street banks so that they can never again hold our country hostage for being too big to fail. We have to have the ability to dissolve them and put them out of business when they make bad decisions and mistakes as they did in the past. But we also need to bring the derivatives and hedge funds out of the shadow and into the light, where there could be a lot better policing then, and there should be greater consumer protections with the financial products being offered to them. Those are some of the hallmarks of the reform bill that we're working on right now that hopefully we're going to be able to reach agreement on very shortly and get that enacted into law as well.